All right, good evening and welcome, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We are the D20 Initiative, a group of Calgarian theater and theater-adjacent folks who want to play D&D in public. And this is the premiere episode of Season 2, Pages and Mages.
Yay!
Our adventure tonight will take place...
There we go.
Beaconhold, one of two locations this season will focus on. Our next episode will take place in Candlekeep, and who knows, characters from both locations may meet in future installments. But you'll have to tune in to find out. My name is Alan Johnson. I will be your MC tonight. We will be playing D&D streaming live for you in an adventure that usually wraps up around 9:30 to 10. Halfway through, we will have a short 10-minute block. And we are on the socials. Find the D20 Initiative on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to learn more about our upcoming episodes and events. Use the hashtags D20 Initiative or Pages and Mages if you want to tweet about the show. Now I'll introduce you to our team for the night. Kevin Cork is your Dungeon Master, and Emma Brogger will be running sound.
Woohoo!
Fabulous players for the evening are Calvin De Silva as Ripley Creed, Emma
What
Brogger as Paige, and Griffin Cork as Kyler Bibteck. Now, we also want our audience to interact with the game, which is why we have magical effects, and here's how they work. The world our players are situated in has some errant magic that sometimes affects them in unexpected ways. So, I am going to need 3 volunteers. Each one will control when said magic effects are imposed on each character. So please, sound off in the chat if you are interested in volunteering for this task. And now while I wait for those volunteers to flood in, I'm just going to let you know that back when we did this event in a real live pub, we gave out a rubber chicken representing each player to the audience, and when the audience squeaked the chicken, that's when the magic effect would take place. So, to keep this tradition alive, when our volunteers type squeak in the chat, I will come back, I will interrupt play as soon as possible to impose that random effect. We got 1 volunteer so far, we need 2 more volunteers. And keep in mind, you can only squeak a maximum of 2 times tonight. Once in the first act before intermission, and once in the second act. Do not squander your squeaks, and don't forget about them either. So, I got Dan D. Lion is our first volunteer, so I'm going to assign you.
Dan D. Lion.
That's a really good name.
That's the one. You are going to squeak on behalf of Ripley.
Squeak well.
Oh, there's a couple more volunteers. So we got 2 more volunteers. Perfect. ML. ML is a volunteer as well. ML, you will be in charge of squeaking for Paige. And Karen Johnson Diamond is a volunteer. And when you know it, you're gonna squeak on behalf of Kyler.
Oh, you be nice to me.
That's
So
like a
just keep that in
setup.
mind that when you just like NF Plays did in the chat there, if you ever want to activate your squeak, as it were, activate the magic effects, type squeak in the chat, and as soon as I see it, I'll pop back in, I'll play, you'll hear that sound effect, and we will go and see what happens to our players. Now, aside from that, we do, of course, welcome audience interaction and commentary in the chat, but please refrain from correcting rulings or commenting on character or combat choices in a negative way. We roll with the punches and support each other up here, and we hope our audience does too. That being said, if you have questions or concerns, please contact Jason Emmel, our producer, and one of the founders of the D20 Initiative. That all being said, I am going to hand things over to our Dungeon Master, Kevin, to run the game and take us away.
Okay, thank you very much, Alan. All right, everybody. I'd like to welcome you on behalf of myself and the players to our initial show for this season 2. We'll just leap right in, shall we?
What else are we doing?
Exactly. The lines are forming at reception. Patrons are surging forward to the access nooks as are students and staff. As the day begins, bright light streaming in through the massive 3-story windows that fill the reception. An old gnomish monitor sergeant with huge bushy eyebrows by the name of Dan D. Lion looks you 3 over as you come up to him in the residence line. And he says, who are you 3 again? Are you there, a young wizard there, halfling fella?
Greetings and well met. And my name is Kyler Bibteck. I work to classify the magical items at the Beaconhold Library, and, good sir, I am incredibly fragile. halfling-born and dragon-born raised, I'm the stepson spellcaster with a snapback who's working to help Paige figure out where she came from and get Ripley into Beaconhold. I've never even thought about doing drugs, and a light wind would decimate my sternum. So, pleasure to meet you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. And you, young miss, how do I know you?
Well, you know me. Hello. We've met before. My name is Paige. Or at least yeah, you know me. That's what they've always called me here at Beaconhold. I suppose I'm an elf, though I feel like I'm a bit of a mix of everything because pretty much everyone who lives and works here has had a hand in raising me. Everything about me is a bit of a patchwork, really, from the clothes I wear to my growing magic and the story of where I came from. But now with Kyler and Ripley here, things are really starting to move. So let's hope it's in the right direction.
Yes, of course. I have seen you before.
You know Paige.
You.
Oh, my name's Ripley Creed. I've been in the priesthood for 5 years. Yeah, I'm a cleric in the service of Ilmater, and it's been incredible. However, it has gotten a little weird recently. You see, my village, it was forcibly relocated during the war in Eberron, and so Beaconhold is just so new and fascinating to me. Naturally, my curiosity led me to the libraries, and there I ran into Paige and Kyler, and suddenly I'm swept up in intrigue and adventure. I'm pretty new to all this, but with the help of my new friends, I'm excited to learn all I can about this new world.
He looks at Ripley for a minute and says, "Ripley, you three come over here to the side, out of the line for a minute."
I mean, I've been waiting. Yeah, I've been waiting this line for like 15 minutes, so I hope this is
We
good.
don't even wait in lines, to be honest.
It's
we'll get
crazy.
you back in. We'll get you right back in. This is the staff line, after all. You're okay. Ripley, I want you to listen to this.
Okay.
This was once known as the library at Corenberg. Now, during the war, many of the city's outer buildings were destroyed in battles as armies tried to seize the priceless treasure that is the library. Those outer buildings were torn down after the attacks. They were gutted and salvaged and used to renovate and revise and bridge the inner city as all these different buildings were merged into a single, haphazard, humongous edifice. That is filled with librarians and scholars and students and patrons and staff overflowing the grand lecture halls and multi-floor apartments with tiny hovels and classy taverns and filthy speakeasies and of course, merchants of every literary notion or invention or scam, all crammed into nooks and crannies and alcoves. There is no longer a library at Corenberg because Corenberg became the library. Its high watchtower, thrust off the foothills of El Stilargo and visible for miles. In the last years of the Great War, it became a beacon, a symbol of hope and safety and enlightenment. And the building that it rose from, this stupendous collection of towers, halls, balconies, and deep basements, became known as the Beaconhold. Now,
Kyler applauds.
Wow.
That was really good.
That was fantastic. I'm sorry, why are you telling us all this?
I can't believe you did this in
I'm
public.
not
We're in a
telling
lobby.
all of you this.
Oh,
I'm telling you this, Ripley, because
Oh.
I know, of course, that you are an official resident.
Yeah.
I know you have a fully legitimate special identification number, but I seem to remember that last week, someone looking very much like you wasn't official. It must be these old eyes. Now, unlike your friends here, who were raised in the library, you have to blend in. You have to know what I have just told you. You have to know this already. Do you get me? You know it, right?
Yeah. Are you telling me everyone here knows that?
Yeah.
All of us know
okay.
the history. It is taught to all the residents and all the staff. So just remember 3 points. This used to be a gnomish city. It was mostly destroyed during the war and rebuilt into a massive building. And it is now officially known as the Beaconhold.
I never
So
called
if
it
anyone asks if you're trying to blend in, Ripley, keep the fact that you just got here on the down low. Get me?
Right. Right. Well, it's just
That's a boy.
so new
That's
and
good.
fascinating. Okay,
That's a
yep.
good thing.
Okay,
Here, I'll let
thank
you back in. Like, back off. Let them back in. I pulled them out. And so, so as you guys get lined up to hit into your access point, you have a choice of where you want to go. You can wander around the hall. You can head back to the Forest Tower. Now, the Forest Tower, remember, is one of the 6 towers of the world, and it's run by the Natural Studies College. You have that's Paige, that's where you have your little private glen area. Ripley has been working. He's part of the maintenance crew. He's actually been assigned to the Forest Tower.
I made that happen.
You did make that happen.
Thank you so much.
So he spent a lot of his days planting and weeding and watering and picking flowers. Kyler, of course, has his work. But when you two aren't working, you probably have spent more and more time hanging out with Paige in her areas. As she wanders around, you have your little private glen where you've been exploring. So,
Right.
as it stands right now, you are standing down on the main floor of the grand entrance. There are hundreds of patrons trying to get in. There's all the consultants working with the different people. There's staff flowing by you. You can explore here, or you can go up to your glen, or you two both have the day off, so you have the free day to explore.
In terms of the the monologue and the tirade that was just given to Ripley in the lobby,
What
is
monologue?
there
What monologue?
nothing? Sorry, I was more so just talking out loud, trying to process.
Are
It
you
was
talking
gorgeous.
to Dandelion that way?
There's no way I would never. I
Okay.
respect Dandelion to new heights.
Okay, all right.
Is there anything else that I think Ripley needs to know about the library to blend in proficiently?
I think so Ripley, one of your goals has been to learn more about techniques to help your future village, yes?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what's probably, Kyler, you're being so excited about the library, you're probably spending a lot of time telling him in great detail about things and helping him to use some of the resources that are available.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So one of the things you could do as a perk for being a staff member is that you can get access to any of the material you'd like. So that's one of the options. I mean, you'd have to get in line at reception and
Or we could just
get
break
a
in.
pass. Or you could just
break
try
in.
and break in. Yep.
I mean,
Right.
it's never stopped me before. Well, Ripley, do you want to go and do a bit of research today on your day off, or do you want to do a bit of exploring?
Yeah. I mean that sounds fantastic. I mean, as long as you guys are up for it. I mean, I don't want to
Research.
take up your time.
Research is the coolest thing to do on your day off. All my friends
You're
say
right.
otherwise, but I do not believe them.
And I'll
You're
be honest
right.
with you, I probably won't do much research, but I will do a little bit of poking around if I can figure anything out.
That's okay. I'll do her share. I love it.
All right.
Awesome. Yeah.
So as you get walking over toward the reception line, and again, you have to push through the crowd a little bit. There's a
I'll
big
take Rip's
central
hand and
area.
Pull him through.
Oh yes. There's a big sort of circular desk with about 20 receptionists there. They're leading up to, you see this like 3 stories of cubicles. These are all the consultants. And these consultants are the ones that work with the patrons. Now, you don't have to go see a consultant because of your experience, but you do have to get access to one of the nooks. So as you're walking over there, you brush past one of the, seems like she's one of the senior consultants. She's a human female, but as you brush by her, there is a, you feel this weird sort of shudder. And Ripley, you feel something trigger inside you. So can you tell us about what happens inside you?
Yeah. So I kind of have this this feeling of like butterflies in my stomach,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's a little bit scary. I really have no real experience with it, so I start to spontaneously dry heave around the room for a while.
Oh no.
Oh,
If, we
God.
puke
Oh,
in, if he pukes in the lobby, we're going to be in real trouble.
yeah. Well, he works in maintenance, so he'll be all right, I guess.
That's right. I guess he can clean it up.
Ripley, are you? Stop it! Stop! Come with me. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, it's fine. I just think like every time I'm dry heaving, are you guys seeing this? There's a bright light coming out of my mouth every time I try to dry heave.
Yeah, it's actually pretty freaking metal.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
every time he gasps, there's this light that bursts out of him in almost a flash. And for one particularly awkward dry heave, this light flashes into the eyes of this consultant. And she sort of goes stock still for a minute. All expression leaves her face. And then she blinks and she looks at you. Now, just quickly to jump out of this, with that drive heave and that chirping flash of light, Alan, we are ready for our participants to, at any point now into the future, trigger the the special effects as they happen. So Alan will keep us up to date, but from this point on, just be prepared for a squeak to happen at any point.
do you mean specifically for Ripley or for all 3 of us?
For all 3 of you.
Woo!
Because the first of the bookmarks has been triggered.
Well, speaking of which,
Oh no.
we have our first squeak, and this is coming from Aaron Johnson Diamond,
She would.
Oh.
which means Kyler, you're gonna have a random magic effect take place.
Whew. Okay.
So the way this works, friends, if you aren't aware, our good player Griffin is going to roll his D20, and we have a random table of events that will happen to him based on that roll.
I got a 10. Right down the middle. Feeling good so far.
So the 10, Kevin, would you like to take it away?
No, you go ahead.
Okay. The 10 means your nose glows with an incandescent light. Concentrating on it, you realize you can change its color.
Very
Colorful nose now.
okay.
What is wrong with you two?
I mean, okay, well, I saw him dry heaving, and then I saw her eyes start glowing, and then can I make my nose the exact same color as what I saw coming out of Ripley and the receptionist's eyes?
Sure, Ripley, what color were you belching at that particular moment?
Oh no, we can't hear you.
Oh, Ripley, we can't hear you.
The suspense is killing me.
All right,
Ripley,
well,
we
we've
still
lost
can't
our
hear you.
sound.
Sorry.
There we go.
It's sort of like a neon pink. It's coming out.
A neon pink is very suitable for Kyler.
It felt weird because, like, why am I smelling dry heaving? And then it became very apparent why indeed I was doing that.
I turned to the receptionist. Angela,
Oh no.
This is wild, isn't it? All sorts of tricks. Did you notice I did this one? It was me. I tricked you.
Is this the secretary that has the glowing eyes currently?
No, this is one of the receptionists.
I see.
He's really busy. He has very long red hair, and he is very handsome. And he says, "That's super. Could you take your heaving pink light friends over just a little ways away from me?"
Sure. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry about
definitely.
this.
We'll back up.
We'll just come right over here. Come on. Come on.
Kyler is smelling salt, Ripley.
Yeah. So the consultant sort of comes out of it, and she looks over at you guys, and then she looks at Ripley, and her eyes are gone back to normal, and she says, "You guys are in maintenance, is that right?" Now she's quite tall.
Well, I am. Me personally.
All right.
This one is, I'll use my nose light to point at Ripley.
That's a good trick. Listen, I need you to go to reading room 147. One of the patrons has been complaining about loud noises in there.
This is actually his day off.
We're not working today.
I'm sorry. This is a priority. The patrons need come first. The patron is always white. Right.
All right.
Well, white. I'm sure it'll only take a few minutes. Thank you.
Can we cut a deal? If we go solve the problem in this reading room, can we go into like our own reading room and do some reading?
Yeah, we can get a nook after that, right?
Yeah, our own nook.
I tell you what, you get that room fixed up or check it out, and you can have it for the next 3 hours to do whatever you want to do in there.
That works for me.
That's very kind of you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Don't thank me. Thank the patrons of the Beaconhold.
You said reading room 137?
She stops. You see the shoulders go up and then down, and she turns and says, "No, room 147. 147. He goes, "Oh, that reminds me." And she sort of scribbles on this white stone. Here. And she hands you this white stone. 147.
Oh, thank you so much. I druid-craft her a flower and I give it to her.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Thank you. Thank you for the flower, there, young miss. So, yeah, she turns and walks off into the crowds.
That was so crazy. What just happened?
Yeah,
I don't know. That was crazy. Can you just produce flowers whenever you want?
Yeah, I can, for sure. I make blossom just fall from the sky.
That's not the craziest thing that happened in the last couple seconds.
Yeah, that's true. Remember,
you puke out magic?
You were barfing light.
Well, yes, but, when you're in the service of Ilmater, all kinds of strange... You never know what kind of stuff can happen, Who knows what his plans are for us?
Are you serious right now?
I guess I never thought that anybody's dry heaving could change the opacity and brightness of my nose and also a random person's eyeballs.
Yeah, did you barf light onto Kyla's nose? Is that how that worked?
Gross, did you?
Well, wipe it off.
I can't. It's a fortress.
I'm sure it'll fade after a while.
It's also super weird that they would give us a job to do on your day off. There's hundreds of people who work here. Why would they choose you?
Yeah, I have to go talk to the union.
What if I didn't come in today?
That's right.
And you have a very distinctive uniform. Because you work in the forest tower, you have a green-brown uniform. You know that all the different towers have different uniforms, and the different divisions have different uniforms.
I mean, well, let's just get the task done, and then we can start reading up.
Yeah, I'm totally down. I'm not exactly sure how you quiet people. I don't know, but let's go see what the disturbances.
What are some of the common maintenance tasks you do? Is it mostly like, pew cleanup or book damage or, broken chair?
It's a forest, So it's a lot of
course.
It's a lot of weeding.
It's a lot of weeding.
Fair
I
enough.
take Kyler aside and I say,
To sweep the forest.
sometimes I make weeds grow just so he has to hang out with me.
I can't tell if that's really kind, like giving him a purpose, or really diabolical in a never-ending task. It'll never truly be weeded.
Yes, that's right.
Guys, there's so many weeds, and
You
they're,
know, we're
and they're
147.
always.
It's probably fine for your mental state too. All the weeds, that's fine, right?
I find it
Hey,
very
there's-
relaxing.
All right.
I mean,
so Eloise,
you're not doing it, but you know.
Eloise walks by a second time, just going. Ahem.
Right.
Yeah,
Sorry.
absolutely. We got the
Sorry.
rocks, so for
On our
sure.
way.
137. Just kidding.
Good
Okay,
film.
bye.
147. Got the rock.
All right.
The rock.
So you head into one of the access nooks. The three of you enter. You shut the door, and you are whisked off to the front of door 147. Now, Kyler, what you would know is that this is right next to one of the best rooms, which is 148. 148 is a better room than 147 because 148 has a window.
Right. Yeah, it is nice to get the daylight in.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, we'll do the task on 147, and then we'll just move over to 148. I say, mumbling to myself with this inner turmoil.
I go
I
to
know-
148 and I listen at the door to see if there's anybody in 148.
Roll me a perception.
A natural 20.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my god, I know for sure. It's a 25. Tell me how many people are in there, Kevin.
There are 4 people in there,
In
and
148.
they're being absolutely silent, but you can hear them thinking, and you can hear them writing. You can hear the scratching of the pens across the paper as they're composing a historical reference on the various types of battlements used during the war.
Whoa. The very first ability check of season 2 is an at 20.
A
It's
nat
a good
20.
sign, but
That's right.
Yeah.
An actual 25. From now on, if it's not 25, it's a fail.
Oh no.
'Cause she set the precedent. She set the bar.
Can I do a? Can I
That's how
listen in-
D&D works.
Yeah.
That's it. I guess that's the DC now. Can I listen at room 147 to see if I can't hear the noise that was being complained about?
At the door, like standing outside in the hallway?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Is it a 25?
I also got a nat 20.
did
However,
not.
I did. I got it,
Okay, nice.
which is not a 25. It's only a 21. I'm not perceptive.
Oh, 21. I guess that's okay. So, you do hear the sound coming from inside the room, but it seems to be coming, it's not actually coming from inside the room, it seems to be coming from below the room.
Below the room. Do I know what's below the room?
You would know that what's below the room. You know that there are several floors of reading rooms, but you're only up on the 3rd floor right now. So what's below would be almost just rock, because the way this thing is built up, this is one of the original towers. You don't think there is anything actually beneath the room. Nothing structural anyway.
Not like a set room of the library.
Right.
I
Okay.
don't think I've ever been underneath this room.
What does it sound like? Like, what am I hearing?
You're hearing a low grinding sound, a rumble, almost like a thrum, a jerky rumble sound. You can almost feel more than hear.
Okay. Hey, guys, do you hear that? Do you hear, like, the grindstone going on in this reading room?
I do. That's
I'm gonna-
weird, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
It does not sound like patrons being too loud.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like too loud reading, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Raucous reading, they call that.
That's right. Can I try the door? Can I see if it's open?
No, it's not open, but there is the slot for the stone that you were given. It's a
Oh,
flat stone.
Interesting. We'll slide it in, I think. Yeah, I would say let's just get in here and take a quick peek.
I feel nervous.
Oh, I just...
Put a trace on us all.
Are you gonna just walk right in, nervous Paige, or?
I cast Pass Without a Trace so that we all
Pass Without a
get
Trace.
extra stealthy. And then I open the door.
All right.
And what is that sort?
Open the door.
That's a plus 10 to stealth?
The plus 10 to any stealth checks.
Oh my god.
All right.
Love it.
So you, well, you can roll me your stealth, absolutely.
Stealth checks, everybody. Let's go.
Yeah, Kyler will stealth just because he can now. Here we
You
go.
guys, I rolled another natural 20.
Really?
What? Oh,
So you are passing
boy.
without
It's
traces.
the purple one there.
Those weighted die are really coming in handy now.
There isn't a trace, there's never been a trace, and there never will be.
That's right. You totally disappear. You've lost yourself. You can't even hear yourself think as you go into this room. And you go into this, there is a room, there is a table with 4 chairs. It's all brightly lit. There's a fire and 2 big overstuffed chairs by the fireplace.
Is there anybody in here?
There, you see a human cleric and a halfling wizard in there.
All right, because I only got a 15 in my stealth, so Paige probably sees me.
God, you guys,
So-
when I use this spell, don't sneak up on me like that. Because
Look at all these books.
Okay,
Now there's only like 3 books currently sitting on the work table. One is the agricultural implementations and advantages of Corvair. The second one is Weeds Are Your Friend. And the third one is Short Season Crops for Fun and Profit.
And sorry, can I just know the author of Weeds Are Your Friends?
You bet you can. I'm ready for those kind of questions now, baby.
Well, you know, I wouldn't have asked to get that title so
one of
encouraging.
my favorites actually. I've read it before. It's what's the name there, Kevin?
Catherine Cromwell is the writer of that particular one.
He's a genius. Yeah, she's majestic.
Yeah.
Right, and she wrote that book called Flowers for Winter, didn't she? It was very good.
Yes, actually, you've seen her read Flowers for Winter
Wow.
Yeah.
at one of the dicier taverns, because it is, after all, pretty racy. Sometimes she uses only adverbs when she writes.
Oh, stop
Right.
it. That's
Right,
crazy.
So it's all just one sentence. it's very risque.
Flowers for Winter is part of that trilogy, right? It's a sequel to In the Name of the Rose.
That's the one.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, which is of course the sequel to Kiss by a Rose.
Of course.
Right. Actually, Ripley, while we're here, do any of these 3 books help you on the information you're trying to gather? Kyler whispers as stealthily as he can.
You know, I can't, you know, this is great, guys, but like, I'm really looking for something about like, I don't know, civic ordinance and restructuring a collapsed economy, something like that, you know, and yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But remembering what he was told, he's just gonna like take the My Weeds Are My Friends book and just take it for Ripley just in case for later, because he knows what Paige is doing.
Props for profit. That one, I think Ripley can really appreciate the magic in that book.
That's true, because it is. Oh, and there is a book on the floor about rebuilding economies after devastation for dummies.
Yeah, that's on the nose. While I noticed that book on the floor, I lay down exactly prone and put my ear to the ground to see if I can hear of that weird sound again.
Yeah, so you definitely hear, and it's louder in this room, it's noticeable even without a perception, but you definitely hear from deep underneath the floor a rumbling thrum coming actually to the west of where you are right this minute.
And there's no holes or cracks or anything in the stone. Oh no, Alan's here. That means something.
Hi. Guess what? We got ourselves a speak. This was ML, our friend ML in the chat, which means Paige, you're gonna get a random magic effect.
Right. Ready for this? Be good
Sure
to me,
am.
ML. It's not a natural 20. It's a 2.
Number 2, your tongue feels furry.
Oh dear.
Enjoy.
So-
There's something weird on the floor here.
Paige, you were talking totally normal a second ago.
Well, lie down on the floor here, and the.
I don't want to lie down on the floor if that's what happened to you.
Yeah, did you lick the floor by any chance?
That's how she always does for her perception checks.
You know, lick the floor.
That's how she was able to sense the vibrations. Is she's got her
Best.
druid.
I did lick the floor, but that's no different than any other time.
I know. I've sent you so many articles about that. Anyway,
Does it look gross or does it look cool?
can I do a quick medicine check on Paige's tongue?
Sure.
16.
You can see that there is definitely fur growing on her tongue.
All right.
It seems to be. Oh, what was she last time? She was a cat. She seems to have cat fur on her tongue.
Oh, so probably just like a byproduct of that actually tracks. This is kind of a hairball situation.
Fluid magic is so weird.
Honestly, it's so crazy.
I hope it doesn't happen every time I turn into an animal.
I hope so. Yeah, there's some animals whose fur you don't want on your tongue. Cats like not too bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad, Kyla. It's pretty bad.
Well, this feels like a B task. You know what I mean? Like obviously there's something
Okay. Maybe
grinding into the library of in a room that we don't know, and then we can deal with the furry tongue. Do you know what I mean?
They might be connected.
They absolutely might.
Okay, I'll listen again. So
No! Her whole face.
Yeah. No, as you lay back down again, you definitely have some sort of hairball happening.
Oh.
So,
is it gone yet? Did I get rid of it?
Yeah, you look good so far.
It's a sizable chunk that you just out. So
yeah.
I do a side look to Ripley. No, it actually looks good, Paige. You're looking good.
No, it after a couple of big hairball hacks, she kind of coughs that out, and she and you feel your tongue slowly get back to normal as you cough up that druid cat hairball. You know what? You haven't been a cat very much, so maybe you're just getting used to that whole hairball thing. There's cat patterns and cat habits that you have to know as a druid.
That's true. Remind me next time I'm thinking about turning into a cat about this moment right here, okay?
Yeah, I'll never get that image out of my head, so that makes sense. Can I pinpoint? Can I try and guess the source of the sound? Like, do I know if it's like magical or mechanical?
Sure. Roll me a perception on that one.
Cool. 13.
13. It feels mechanical.
All right. Well, it feels like to me we have to get outside of this room, and maybe if it's not a room, to like the exterior of the library.
The room doesn't have a window.
It doesn't. We have to go look. To room 148. Finally. The paradise that is 148.
Ripley, let's pretend like you've got to come in there because, like, there's been a leak from above, from the room above, and it's coming down, and it's going to be so gross. And
yeah. And somebody coughed up some hair in 147, so we can't be there anymore.
There's a plague of hair.
That's good.
Okay, all right.
Is there a rock slot for 148 as well?
There is, but your slot, your token has disappeared.
That's okay. I'm gonna cast knock.
Okay. Knock to knock open the door.
Yeah, I won't just knock. I'm gonna cast the spell.
You're casting a knock spell.
Yes.
All right.
So the object can be a door or a box or a chest that contains a mundane or magical means of that prevents access. Basically, I just open it. If the target's held shut by a mundane lock, it becomes unlocked, unbarred, unstuck, whatever. But if it's with an arcane lock, the spell's suppressed for 10 minutes, during which the target can be open and shut normally. So it's either super open or open for 10 minutes.
Okay.
I don't think I get to know. I can't imagine I do.
Ripley, open the door. Does it seem super open or open for 10 minutes?
I mean,
I'm going to get you, actually, Kyler, to roll an Arcana check.
I certainly can. There's something else that I should mention, though, is when I cast the spell, there's a very loud, audible knock that's heard from 300 feet away.
Nice.
Which, yep.
So much for Pass Without a Trace.
I was really excited to get into 148.
Nice.
How long does Pass Without a Trace last?
1 hour.
Okay, all right.
Woo!
As long as I'm concentrating.
So Kyle's gonna
But if only
take a
you
little.
cast that Pass Without a Knock, then you'd be okay.
Kyle's gonna take a breath in from his inhaler and just kind of
Yes.
breathe it into the lock.
All right. I'm going to get you to do me an Arcana check, though.
Arcana, no problem. 21.
Oh, all right.
It's kind of my thing.
Yep. So the door cracks open and then slams shut immediately. Knocks you back a bit.
Oh, frick, my nose! That may or may not still be glowing.
You think your nose is now glowing. It's just glowing for a different reason.
Oh.
So what you remember is that because this is all about the security of the books and the security of the patrons and the privacy and things, all of the doors here are heavily enchanted. There's almost no way to get through the doors.
Dang it!
Just knock without magic.
Just like a door to knock on the door.
I did truly forget there were people in there.
I knock.
Yep, there is no response.
Well,
Hello, excuse me, library maintenance, open up. I'll try knocking again.
Yeah, there is no...
did we see anyone in there when the doors swung open? Did we get a glimpse of anyone?
You would have seen a couple of figures, certainly.
I knock
there's 4 of
and
them,
I go.
and they're working on their battlements thesis.
I knock and I go. Hey guys, I'm pretty sure I know you're in there, and I'm pretty sure I saw you working on a battlements thesis. Can you let us in? We might be able to help. We know a lot about battlements.
Alright.
I love parapets.
yeah, arrow slits.
I don't know.
Kyler, what
Heavy
you know,
shades.
again, from spending so much time here growing up here and stuff, the rooms are silent. They're purposely silent so people can focus on things. So no sound
Alright.
goes in.
All right, well then, it just feels like we need to get outside somewhere. So Paige, do you know any fire exit or ladder to get where's the closest place we can get outside?
Oh, sure, probably. Wait, which way is west from where we're facing right now? Is it in front of 148?
You guys are facing west. The door is to your left, so you're facing the end of the hallway, and that would be west.
All right.
So 147 would be behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure I can find a way to get outside. No problem.
Yeah, you don't need to get outside. You just have to maybe get outside this tower.
Right.
Remember, it's all one monster building.
Yeah.
Where's the closest window that I would know about?
The closest windows wouldn't be on this level at all.
Except for 148.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Yes,
remember their
148.
faces.
Well, okay, we need
You
to
could
get
probably
outside.
just go back out the main entrance. That might be the fastest way.
I know, but I feel so embarrassed about all the barfing and glowing noses that happened.
Oh, no, there was about 300 people milling around in the reception area. There's nobody going to remember.
They do cycle, yeah, eventually.
Yeah,
Alright.
because all the lines have gone through. Because people, they move people through quickly.
Plus, I've got all this cool shadow sort of making us be less noticeable right now. So
That's right, you do.
we.
And does
That's
that
right.
encompass your fellow adventurers?
Oh yeah, everybody who I want within 30 feet of me.
Nice.
Sounds good. And nobody heard my knock. Perfect. No consequences. Let's get outside.
I heard it.
No, maybe. Without a trace.
Back the way we came, but I don't want. What was her name? The one who had the glowing eyes who sent us here in the first place. I don't want her to see us because I don't want her to be mad that we're not there.
Right, Eloise.
Eloise.
Guys,
Keep an eye out
how
for
did
her.
we? Guys, how did we receive a noise complaint if they can't hear the outside world?
You are so smart.
It's a very
Ripley, you can have inspiration for that.
That's a very decent point. Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Like, should we be concerned that whatever's making this noise is loud enough to get through these enchanted doors?
Yeah, there is like some concern, absolutely.
You're right. You know, this place is full of such weird tricks and odd corners. I don't really think about that anymore, but you're right. That is very strange. Let's be careful.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, well let's get outside and let's see if we can't pinpoint exactly what's making this sound.
All right. So you head back down into the main reception area. There's there's probably more people there. And your pass without trace allows you to plus 10 to your stealth check. And you're trying to sneak by Eloise and everyone else so they don't notice you, right?
Yeah, I'm scared that she's going to yell at us again.
Right. So just roll me. You're probably okay. Just each of you roll me a stealth check, though.
Kyler has a vision of being like Jamie Lee Curtis, like totally stealthy Catwoman all the way through the library lobby.
Okay.
And I'm going to use one of my divination wizard portent rolls. I'm going to use. I got 14 on one of them, so I'm just going to get a 24 for stealth without rolling, because I had my nose glowing.
Very good.
That's right. I should have had that. Yeah, any stealth you're doing is going to be at disadvantage.
Which is why, yeah, I did figure.
All right, Paige, Ripley.
I've got
I
28.
Perfect. I rolled a 27. Or,
Whoa.
yeah.
And Paige, you were okay too?
28 for me.
Okay, so you
At the
guys
lowest.
just like slip through the crowds. It's like everything's slowed down in slow motion, and you guys are wandering through, watching things go through the air, and you can take a flower from somebody and hand it to someone else.
Right, yeah,
The whole
it's
place
bullet
is
time.
moving in slow motion. Bullet time is the expression I was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there was such a thing as bullets, it's bolt time. How about that?
Right.
It's
Right.
We see,
All right.
we see an
Crossbow
entirely different cleric dry heaving in the lobby.
Yeah. You actually sneak by yourselves coming in. It's amazing. You were so staggeringly. Yeah. And
Doesn't make any
meanwhile,
sense.
only this poor little budgie up in the corner cage sees the three of you like ninjaing through the crowd, doing all sorts of dance poses and things as you move through the crowd.
I'm
and
going to turn
out
to the
tower
budgie and go,
and
it's
it
the most
faints.
Yeah, it's the most menacing Kyler's ever been.
It's always been delicate, that budgie, and it just faints, and it's
Honestly,
on the ground.
it's like 25 years old. It's really impressive.
Oh, God.
And all right, so you are out of the tower doors, open to one of the main hallways, and you see crowds streaming in different directions. Down your left, which is where you would want to head to the west, is a series of shops and various rooms that hold different services, and it's all merchants and things.
We don't see anything immediately like large attached to the side of the tower, do we?
When you peek around, you realize that the way that all the stalls are built out into the hallways and the rooms are and things, there's no obvious thing. No.
Okay. Yeah, it feels like we should just make our way towards like where we guess the room is located on the outside of the tower.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, and I'm keeping an eye up because we were on the 3rd floor, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, one,
Shopkeepers. Hello.
Kyler and Paige, or one of you actually, can roll with advantage. You can just figure out which of all the little tiny windows would be 148, which will help sort of place it.
Do you want to do it? Yeah, what kind of check would that be, DM?
That would be a perception.
Oh, that's
Oh, no, let's make it investigation.
Oh, that's your wheelhouse, friend.
Investigation. I love looking at things and books. Here we go. That's a 19.
Sure, so you can see the room up there, and you basically have memorized this whole tower anyway. You've probably built models of it.
Yeah, that's my
halfling.
usual day off task is painting my Beaconhold model.
Yeah. Yeah. You've done a whole toothpick model of the tower.
Just plates of pizza rolls.
That's right. Okay, so you go and there is this one shop. It's called Building Characters, and it's a reader's agency. So a reader is someone that's been hired by a patron, or would be hired by a patron to read the book out to the patron in case the patron can't read or has no interest in reading. So the reader's job is literally to read books for hire. And this seems to be a place where you would go and hire a reader.
We know these people.
Do you know them?
Yeah.
You do not.
Because readers are boring people.
Well, they have their own competitions and things. They have a lot of staged readings and competitive readings. They don't do a lot of fiction, but they'll read out like historical novels or building manuals and things.
Yeah, it's actually quite a ride. Anyway, what did this have to do with my investigation check of looking to the tower? Maybe I missed that. Why does this stall stick out to me?
That stall sticks out as being directly below the window of 148.
Interesting. Okay.
So let's go inside.
Yeah.
And then we can sneak up and climb on their roof.
Absolutely. I'm great at climbing. Yep.
Or,
So do you
or
wanna
we
go
could
into
try.
Do you want to go into the store or the agency, or do you want to climb on the roof of it? It's sort of built out from the wall into the hallway. It's pretty haphazard, but it's definitely got a roof.
Feels like maybe one of us could climb and the other two could go in and distract the store owner that somebody's on their roof.
I mean, I can turn into a squirrel.
Yeah, that's true. So just make sure you don't get any squirrel fur on your tongue.
Do you think that's going to happen?
I truly have no idea. Druid magic is so out of my purview.
Very strange, yeah.
All right, Kyler, while
Yes.
you are standing there looking at this building, you guys are discussing strategy, you feel something surge through you. Can you describe for us what happens when you feel that surge?
Yeah, so because Kyler's arcane focus, what he uses to cast spells, is his inhaler for his asthma, I feel a kind of a surge, almost coming through my tunic in an Iron Man-esque shape, but it's like the glowing outline of my lungs. And what Kyler doesn't know is that there's now a line of freckles that outline where his lungs are on his chest. But yeah, you see a little light come from Kyler's chest, right here, and it's just kind of like a heavier wheeze, and then the asthma clears up for 10 seconds.
So you get that sort of rushed, heated feeling happening through your chest, and Paige and Ripley, you notice there's a glow that sort of happens just barely under Kyler's clothes. You can see that a light shines out.
I feel
inside his clothes.
really good. I feel really good. I feel so good, in fact, that I'm going to be the one that goes talks to the shop owners.
And Kyler, while this is manifesting in you, you feel a draw, a pull, an attraction from deep inside the shop, coming from you from down. Feels like it's down inside the shop.
Okay. Guys, you gotta just trust me with this. Will you trust me for a second?
Absolutely.
All right, just come with me for a second.
Okay. I'm
All right,
watching him.
I'm gonna grab their hands and run into the shop.
Okay. All right. So there's a very sort of Abbott and Costello moment as both Paige and Ripley slam onto the side of the fall and fall back and then follow you in.
No, in the door, you guys. I start to feel the asthma returning, and I'm hurrying them up.
Okay.
We have to go. I'm in peak form.
All right. So you go in and there's this sort of very comfortable looking room. There's all these photos on the wall. There's all of these pictures of various mouths on the other wall, and it seems like a waiting room. And there's a door on the other side of the room.
Is there anybody in there?
You hear a tingling as you go inside, and you hear this voice going, "I'll be with you in a moment."
Do I see any stairs down from this current room?
You do not. You see photos on one side, seems to be mouths drawn on the other side, and doors.
Where did the voice come from?
The voice came from the other side of the door. It's on the other side of the room from when you came in. Just a closed door.
It's weird that there's mouths on the wall.
It is odd. Can I listen at the door?
Is this some sort of dentist's office?
Building characters.
I'm not sure there's a D&D equivalent for dentist. So I would say...
Necromancer.
Yes?
Probably.
This
Yes.
is the closest we got.
It's a dentist's office. As far as the D&D characters know, yes, it is totally a dentist's office.
I'm gonna shout to the voice behind the door and go, hurry, many arcane secrets are waiting to be discovered.
And she goes, "My goodness, I'll be right out." And the door opens, and there's this older, heavy-set dwarven woman with sort of long, blonde, curly hair. She looks a little too old for the hair, but she's all very well dolled up, huge eyelashes and things. And she goes, "My goodness, I've never seen that kind of excitement over hiring one of my readers. How may I help you?"
Hello, greetings, salutations. My name is Bibteck. Unfortunately, I'm not here to hire one of your readers, but I have been sent by the Beaconhold administration because we believe that there might be some kind of
right
magical...
in the middle of that, there starts a huge grinding, loud, reverberating through the whole shop, coming from behind the door. And she goes, I'm sorry, my nerves are just so frazzled. This construction has been going on. Oh, this everyone else has come in.
Hello. We have our final squeak.
Whenever Alan comes in, it's so foreboding.
Especially because he's grinning like a demon.
All right, so this is, of course, from our friend Dandelion. Ripley, that means you're going to need to make yourself a roll to see what magic effect occurs for you, my friend.
A 19.
19.
Which might be good.
Your non-dominant arm transforms into a magical wooden shillelagh.
Oh, guys. That was... Are you seeing this?
Yep, this is perfect.
Yep. It's so weirdly weird, and it's a little painful.
We've actually come to help with the construction.
Yep, I've got a club here that should be really helpful.
Great
in
for
any
nails.
sort of...
All right, so you have your arm has been transformed into a magical shillelagh. That's what we're interpreting it to be.
Right, excellent.
Did I
All
do
right.
that?
So what I'll get you to do, Ripley, is to look up the spell shillelagh, and you'll be able to apply that to when you hit people with your noble shillelagh.
Love it.
It's a blessing from Elmater. That's what it is, really.
It seems like it.
Evan, this dwarf lady, is she weird or is she like what? She seems weird to me. Is she normal?
She looks normal. She looks overly made up. She looks a little bit overdone.
You're very dressed up for for a normal day like this. Is there something special going on?
Like, she kind of laughs coquettishly. Oh, this old thing? Well, I just threw this on this morning. Yusuf said you were here about something. What can I... oh my, is that a club in your pocket, or are you glad to see me?
It's actually it's on his arm, actually.
Oh, I see. Well then,
I know I was
guess
standing
it
in
is
the
an
way.
actual club. All right. I was just, what I was saying is my nerves are just shattered. Because of all this construction that's happening downstairs, I cannot get a thought in edgewise.
Well, we can help you with the construction. If you'd like to go and take a little break, maybe you want to go and get yourself a cup of tea or...
Yes, I believe I do. I believe I will find myself a mint julep.
Day drinking is great.
Absolutely.
But I shall be back presently. And if anyone comes in, you just tell them that Ruby will be right back to take care of all their reading needs.
Absolutely.
And she sort of flounces out the door.
I give her a silver piece so she can go and buy a cup of tea on us.
Oh, thank you, darling.
A mint julep, rather.
Yes, a mint julep is what the doctor ordered. What the dentist ordered, if I knew what that was, which of course I don't. Shuts the door.
Hey, Ripley, sorry. I know we kind of breezed over it and I was going to try and use it to our advantage, but is your arm okay?
It's fine. It's just really heavy. I'm not the strongest person, but, I'm just trying, trying not to hit anything. Because
as you guys are talking, the grinding just kicks in again. This huge, like, earth-shattering, grinding stuff. And the whole place sort of reverberates. And it's happening from behind the door.
Let's take your wooden arm downstairs and...
Right, okay.
What's going on? Yeah?
It's kind of like a reverse pirate. Yeah, let's do it.
Upside down pirate.
Yeah, peg arm. Okay. Open the door.
You open the door. And
while saying peg arm loudly.
That's right. So you open the door and there's a set of stairs heading down, and there is another door on this level before you head downstairs.
Is that where the noise is coming from?
The noise is definitely coming from the basement.
Yeah, we'll just keep going. We'll open the door.
So there's a door here, and then the stairs going down there. Door to your left, stairs straight ahead.
Oh, we'll go on the stairs.
Okay.
Yeah, just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the other people who hired her, right?
Sorry?
She said that there were other people who had just hired her for a reader.
Yes.
Oh, right. Yeah, it might be in there.
All right, so you go, you head off down the stairs. Again, the noise kicks in seriously, like there's this serious sort of grinding noise. And as you get to the bottom of the stairs, you see that it's another long hallway, but at the very end of the hall looks like a sort of an alcove. There are two people standing with their backs to you, and this monster clockwork worker grinding through the far wall, and he's like digging into the wall, and rocks are spilling everywhere. And there are these two people dressed in uniforms standing there.
Are they uniforms we recognize?
Roll me a perception. Roll me investigation again.
That's only a 2, so 7.
No, you don't recognize these uniforms.
All right. So it's the two people and then a clockwork construction machine.
There's a big sort
humanoid.
of robotic digger, and he's got one hand that's like this huge grinding grill, and another hand that's a jackhammer, and he's like going to town on the rocks in there.
This is maybe a long shot. Does Kyler know about any construction that was, sent a memo out about for the library? Like, is this something that the library staff, like me and Ripley, would know about?
Wouldn't it be maintenance department?
Yeah, it really feels like it would be.
Yeah, it's not a maintenance uniform color that you recognize. And
All
no,
right.
there was no memo per se about any kind of construction or anything like that. Actually, Ripley, why don't you roll me investigation too? Because you're the one that has direct experience with this stuff.
Of course. That's a 12.
A 12.
It's better than me.
What you recognize... Actually, you know what, what you would recognize is that this is not a uniform that belongs to the library. Because one of the things that you had to learn when you were being indoctrinated and trained and going through your initial processes is that everybody has a specific job and you should learn to recognize all the uniforms on site. The only one that seems to be wearing the proper uniform is the huge clockwork gentleman grinding away at the door. He's got the heavy black-brown uniform of the heavy construction unit. These other two are wearing like a pale blue uniform and they don't seem appropriate. Now, they haven't noticed you yet. They're all looking down the area that they're building in and digging in. So the three of them have their backs to you right at this moment.
Come back up the stairs. Let's go out of earshot just a second.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
I make sure Ripley's shillelagh arm doesn't dink against any of the walls.
Careful with that thing. Okay, we've still got a bit of sneakiness left.
Yeah, you probably have about half an hour left.
Right.
That's weird though, right? Like, I've never seen anybody wearing anything like that.
Yeah, Ripley, did you notice? Did you recognize those two?
No, not really. Yeah. Are you telling me that they're not regular library staff then?
That seems to be what you would guess. At least the two of them.
So it feels like something nefarious might be happening. I don't mean to,
Yeah, a strong urge to protect Beaconhold right now, sort of churning up inside me, I've got to say, but...
Well, why don't we just ask them why they're there?
Yeah, that sounds good.
It's reasonable, okay, yeah.
Unless they're bad, then they might not like that we're going to ask them that. But we got to try.
Okay. Ripley,
Right.
why don't you ask? Because, you're new here and you can use that card and be like, hey
Okay,
guys, just learning, don't know, where's your sim number?
That's a good idea.
Sure.
You also look normal and disarming, so that's good currently right now.
Of course.
Like, both your arms are cool and fine to look at.
Totally. Absolutely great. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's head back down there, guys.
We'll back you up.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk behind Ripley looking very official and like making my classifier name tag, like I'm gonna polish it while we're walking.
Yeah, it's more of a pen protector, but yeah, it's like that kind of thing.
Multi-use is fine.
Okay, now as you come around the corner, all three of them are now looking directly down the hallway at the three of you.
What? They heard
You
us?
see the two people in the pale blue uniforms look identical. Like if you think of The Shining and the two twins, this is like the 45-year-old human male version. They're even holding hands. And we will take a break from here.
Ooh.
Woo! All
Excellent.
right.
Wonderful. Thank you, players and Kevin, everybody. Everyone viewing, thank you for viewing. That's it for Act 1. We still have an exciting conclusion. So.
Here we go.
What an entrance.
Oh, goodness. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to our Pages and Mages event with the D20 Initiative. Act 2 is about to begin, but before we get into it, just a friendly reminder that to our same 3 volunteers, you have another squeak reloaded at your disposal for this act. However, keep in mind that the effect will be the same one that occurred in Act 1, so they won't re-roll again. they'll have that same effect happen. So keep that in mind for when you want to time your squeaks. Also, just as a note, because Ripley didn't really get to use his shillelagh hand yet, that's going to remain in effect for a little bit. Kevin will, of course, make it subside, and then you'll be able to re-up it at some point during this act. So,
Yes.
that's all for me. So I'll let Kevin take us back away as we return to Beaconhold.
I love that Ripley's just holding his fist while he talks.
We
to
are back.
symbolize.
And Ripley has a fading shillelagh, but right now it's still strong and club-like. All right, so you guys come down to the bottom of the stairs, and these two twin men are looking at you. The big autonomous clockwork entity, the Ace, is standing. He's about 7 feet tall. He's wearing this brown and black uniform of the heavy construction division of the library, and the two of them are looking at you. What do you guys do?
I'll prod Ripley to say something. Ripley, we lost your
Okay,
mic.
so
for a
Ripley
second.
is miming something, but we'll nudge him to try to use his voice.
You don't hear anything either, right? This is crazy. What's
sorry.
happening in this basement?
Guys, I'm sorry. It appears I'm just not used to the club hand, but
Right.
anyways,
It affects my other senses.
You put it in your mouth.
you never know. Guys, can gentlemen, what exactly are you doing here? Might I ask?
The two men sort of look at each other, and one of them steps forward, and he says, "I'm sorry, you will have to step back. We are busy doing some Beaconhold library maintenance in this corridor, and for safety concerns, you need to exit the hallway. Thank you very much."
Get him, Ripley. You'd know about that, Ripley. Get him. You'd know it.
And as the big guy turns around, the big robotic Ace fellow, and he begins to judder away on the side of the thing again.
Okay. Well, hello. Hang on. I'm in the maintenance department, and quite frankly, I've never seen any of you before working around here. Where's your number?
All right. So he looks. He looks over at his twin, and he says, "We are part of we're part of a new department, and you wouldn't heard of us yet, so you need to leave right away. That's important that you do."
What department is it exactly?
And he sort of turns back and he goes, "All right, hold on 1 minute. Hold on 1 minute." And he turns around to sort of tap on the back of the big guy. And as
Do you need a second to figure out your lie?
As he turns back around to look at you, he throws a dagger down the hall at you. And we are in combat. Initiative, everybody.
Rude.
Oh no.
Building up for it there, Kyler, hey?
Yeah, given Kyler's initiative roll, he was taken very by surprise.
No.
Whoa! Kyler was behind Ripley and he couldn't see. What do they look like? I'm tugging on his shirt.
All right, so what do we have for initiatives? You can just tell me straight out since there's only 3 of you.
I've got 18.
I rolled a 9.
And Kyler got a 5.
Okay.
Kyler was spooked.
All right, and what is your dexterity, Paige?
It's +3.
All right, so you go first.
Oh, gods. All right.
Someone tied.
You threw a dagger at my friend, and I don't know who you are around here, and I know everyone around here. And I don't like what you're doing, and I turn into a bear. So in my head, I'm imagining all of the things I've seen in Beaconhold over the time, and there's been rats, and there's some squirrels in the forest dome, and there's cats. And I've really only ever seen pictures of bigger animals. I've never really seen one in real life. So I'm a bear, but it's not great. It's a bit like a drawing of a bear.
It's sort of two-dimensional.
It looks really good in 2 dimensions, but in 3 dimensions, it's a bit weird.
Sort of a flat Stanley bear.
Yeah. It's more of like exactly. Like a cardboard cutout of a bear.
But I'm a black bear, and I charge at them, and I snarl, and I will try and, I'm going to try and bite at one of the twins.
Now, as a bear, I think you can claw and bite, I believe.
I can, so I'm going to bite at one and claw at another. So at the first twin, it's a 21 to hit.
That will hit the first twin. Yeah, you see, we'll call him Speaking Twin, and we'll call the other one Non-Speaking Twin. Since you haven't been properly introduced.
Like a Penn and Teller vibe.
I've got maximum damage on that bite. That's 8 points of damage on that bite.
All right.
And with my claw attack on Silent Man,
Jay and Silent Bob.
I've got only a 13 to hit.
A 13 misses the silent one.
Because I'm really mad and I'm just scrabbling in his face, and I've never been a bear before, and I feel huge.
And it's disconcerting, I imagine.
Oof.
Excellent. So the dagger is thrown. The first dagger is thrown. Ooh, but he only gets a 11. What is your armor class there, Ripley?
It is a 13.
A 13. So you see this dagger coming. You turn to the side, and it just whizzes by you. Now the silent guy pulls out a dagger as well, and he tries to slash at that bear. Oh, and he gets a critical hit on the bear with his dagger. And
oh no, that drawing of a bear!
Oh no, that's right.
He smudged the lines.
Paper cut. So we're gonna do a critical. Let's see.
First critical of season 2. Who remembers how we do criticals?
Big news.
All right, so this guy sort of stabs this dagger into this bear. He does 5, 6, 8 points of damage on you, Paige.
Oh.
And the guy, he feels accomplished. You can see he sort of stands proudly, and he just sort of savors the moment as he's like stuck that cardboard bear with this knife. It's now a perforated cardboard bear. All right. It is your turn, Ripley.
Okay. I'm going to use...
Oh.
Just have we have a little bit of a squeak. A little bit of a squeak from ML, which means Paige.
Ah.
I believe your tongue is a bit furry again.
It's like when a bear eats a wasp or a beehive or something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
It's also just the drawing of a beehive in your drawn mouth.
Yeah. So, Paige, what will happen there because of that squeak? I'm afraid your next time you hit will be at disadvantage because you're distracted by your
she's preoccupied.
bear tongue. Yeah. Ripley.
Who's the jerk who attacked Paige?
The one that attacked Paige was the non-speaking twin, I think.
Okay, well, I'm gonna cast some guiding bolts. I'm gonna say, don't stay away from my friends.
Yeah, and what happened to that drawing?
And I rolled a 1.
No.
Nice!
Oh,
Oh, not that one.
no! There we go. We need the bad one.
Okay, so as you're working up the guiding bolt and you're dancing and stuff, you realize that one of your hands is a club. And what happens is, as you're flailing around doing your magic thing, you smack yourself in the face with your club and you do 1 to 4 damage on yourself.
Oh no!
And the spell does not go off because you don't have the proper
Hands.
digits to cast a spell. But you forgot about that in the excitement.
Sorry,
just-
sorry. How much damage do I take?
1 to 4.
Okay.
Are we going to say anything about how Kevin says 1 to 4?
Yeah.
No?
Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, 1 to 4. 1 to 4. 1 to 4.
Wunderbar.
How much damage did you take, Ripley?
I'm trying to figure that out.
1 to 10.
We can just say 4 if you like.
Nah.
I'm only trying to help. I like.
Oh,
Defoe.
look at that! It's a 4.
No!
I knew it. I knew it was going to be that. All right. So you clop yourself in the head with your club hand, and we are back to the Paige's action. Paige.
Oh, I don't think I went actually.
Oh, sorry, Kyler. Kyler is at the bottom. You know what, Kyler? You're like first of the next round, sort of.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Listen,
Five.
it makes sense that I could be skipped. I'm pretty nervous. So Kyler's breathing pretty heavy. He's gonna take a thing from his inhaler and he's gonna release a line of smoke. And he's gonna grab that line and it's gonna become tangible and he's gonna pull it back. And as he does, you see this like really gross acidic acid arrow. And I'm gonna let the line of inhaler smoke go and cast Melf's acid arrow. And I'm gonna shoot it at the one that's looking real proud for stabbing a drawing of a bear.
All right. So that is non-speaking twin.
That is a non-speaking twin, and I got a 18 to hit.
All right. So that line drawing of a smoke acid thing. Tell me how that ends the twin's life.
Oh, okay. Well, I imagine the non-speaking twin looks really proud and like puffs his chest out.
Yep.
And I want his chest immediately after he puffs it out to cave in as this like green arrow comes right through it.
Oh. So he sort of caves back. There's a hole blown through him. You can see light coming through the other side. He looks over at his brother, and without saying a word, the non-speaking twin dies.
Paige is looking back as the twin falls, and she sees Kyler, and Kyler goes, "I hope they're evil." Because whoa, that was no.
Paige, can you bear it?
And I will take a full multi-attack, please, at the speaking twin.
At disadvantage, please.
At disadvantage, so with my bite, I've got a 16 to hit.
A 16 is a hit.
All right, so with the bite, minimum damage, 3 points of piercing damage.
3 points of you chomp on this guy and start to gnaw on him with your bare tongue, your
And at
furry tongue.
disadvantage with my claws, again, it's only a 12.
A 12 is a miss. So you're scratching away at him. You're disconcerted. You find out that he's got leather armor underneath his uniform.
The sad bear sounds are really breaking my heart.
Now, the guy's trying to bat you away. He's a dagger and he's slashing at you, and he gets a 17 page.
That hits bear.
That hits the
That
bear.
hits bear.
And you take 5 damage.
All right.
Being sliced at. Ripley.
How far away am I from these people?
Are about 20 feet away down the hall.
Okay, alright. I am going... Yeah, okay, why not? I'm gonna use Word of Radiance, and I'm going to cast Word of Radiance on the dude, the speaking fella.
Yep. Tell me how
the other
that
twin.
works.
And I'm gonna say, so I utter a divine word, and burning radiance erupts from me. Each creature of my choice that I see within range has to make a Constitution saving throw, or take 1d6 radiant damage. So yeah, I'm gonna turn to this person and I'm gonna scream, "The power of Ilmater compels you!" As I hold my my medallion of Ilmater
right.
up to him.
Ugh.
Hopefully you've just repeated it a lot in sort of like as a tall Germanic voice.
The power
right.
of Ilmater.
Yeah, and the and who are you casting that on?
The other twin, the dude still standing.
No, not you drawing of a bear. Don't worry.
Oh.
Yep.
I love how much Emma's trying to communicate not only as a bear, but with a bear with a bad tongue.
Ugh.
Yeah, she's doing a so he got a 14 to his save. What's your DC?
That's a 12. So
All right, so it's half damage or no damage.
I think it's no damage. Yeah.
1d6 sounds like no damage.
So he shrugs that off, and you see him look over the bear, and he kind of does his eye, and he's pointing at you, and he pulls out another dagger to get ready to throw at you.
Goodness.
Kyler.
All right, Kyler's gonna take another inhale. Oh wait, sorry. Does the robot look like it's gonna attack us, Clockwork fellow?
No, he's still digging away in the wall. He hasn't even noticed that there's a fight going on.
All right, sweet. So Kyler will release his inhaler smoke, and you see 3 paper airplanes appear in front of him, and they all shoot at the speaking twin as Kyler casts magic missile. Which
So your paper airplanes are all heading towards the speaking twin.
Yes, they all hit the speaking twin as magic missile hits automatically.
Yes.
So here we go. Oh, except something
what?
might happen.
Guess
What?
what, though, Tyler?
I can't wait for you to tell me, Alan.
We got a bit of a squeak from Karen Johnson Diamond, which means I believe you're gonna feel a familiar glow sensation
Perfect.
on your nose.
Okay.
Do that with that what you will.
Oh, I know exactly what I'm going to do with it. So my nose starts glowing a radiant pink. And I'm going to have my 3 planes behind me, and I'm going to go and do like an air traffic controller and shoot them all in like one line directly
That's
at
right.
them. Just using the.
Yeah.
All right. So that'll be. Ooh, that'll be 12 damage. 12 force damage.
Okay, so tell me how your
Oh,
pink
no.
lead paper airplanes end the line of twins that was once 2 pretend maintenance workers.
So Kyler's just moving his face around and going, "Good morning, Beaconhold!" And the 30 airplanes go like just into his chest. And Kyler takes a second to stop moving his head as he's taken 2 lives today.
Right. And so you see these paper airplanes stick in this guy, and you see his eyes go wide, and he just crumples back against the building guy, and then falls face down. And we are.
So we're all fine with what happened here.
All right. So what happens now, Ripley, is your club hand fades away. You feel your normal hand come back. Paige, your bear tongue, you finally get used to having a bear tongue because you are, after all, a bear. Now, are you going to remain a bear?
Uh-oh.
Oh. Hello,
Maybe
Ellen.
It
Hi.
doesn't go away, actually.
Yeah, guess what? Your club hand's back.
Oh.
Oh, club hand again.
Oh, good. Good. I was so concerned because I was getting so used to it. I forgot what a regular hand was like.
What's nice is that like this one's mahogany, which is really interesting.
That's true. I did notice the finish changed. Nice.
First one was cherry.
I go back up the hallway to my friends and I show them where they stabbed me with daggers as a bear. And
Oh God.
So you're bleeding a little bit of ink from the.
I'm gonna try and cast mending because it's a piece of paper.
Yeah, the mending doesn't seem to help this in this moment.
Yeah, I didn't think it would, but you know, just in case. Yeah, it's a drawing.
Although the lines of the bear are no longer smudged, they're all very neatly drawn. In fact, the whole drawing just gets a little bit better. It becomes a much finer sketch.
I nose at Kyla to say thank you, and I'll turn back into me, and then I still hit him with my elf face.
Right.
I'm gonna turn to Ripley and go, you know, I've never considered myself an artist, but like maybe I could try.
Right. I could fix bad drawings.
Can I cast Cure Wounds on Paige maybe?
I don't need it. It's all right because I'm me now. So
Okay. All right. Well, yeah.
But those
What you mean
people
is,
stabbed me.
can you call on the power of Elmater to heal? I think.
Right. Of course. That's what I intended. Yeah.
Yes.
So this clockwork fellow is still going at it.
Yep. He's busy, and he turns around for a minute, and he gestures to the wall, to all the rough raw stone that he's hacked out.
I'm going. No. Stop. Cut.
Is he one
And
of the talking aces?
So he goes, "Do you want me?" And he shuts down his hands, and he says, "You don't want me to dig? I like digging."
Do you know where you're digging to?
Huh? What?
Do you know where you're digging to?
Yeah. We're widening this hallway into that tunnel down there, and there's a room in there, and now we're making this a bigger hallway in the cavern.
There's a room. Sorry, there's a room behind where you're digging.
Yes. So what you can see as he moves out of the way is that there is a tunnel. It's only about 5 feet tall right now. It's like it goes right into the natural rock, and it leads off. It's not that far down. It looks like it's maybe only 15 or 20 feet down, but it bends so you can't really see exactly what it is. You do detect a faint blue glow coming from around the corner of that natural carved through the raw rock. So you're actually below the tower now. You're digging into raw rock. Raw rock.
Is there a Beaconhold tower that's not a forest but like a canyon or like a mine?
There's a desert.
There's a desert one. There's an Arctic one. There's an ocean one. These are all various towers of the world.
Great, yeah. So I'm gonna go, hey man, actually your job here is done. You opened up the tunnel. That's great. Why don't you head off to the desert tower and we'll meet you up there for snacks and sodas.
Because I can't dig anymore here.
Not here, but like there's a huge expanse of the desert up in the tower. This is peanuts. This is nothing. This is what, a little bit of rock? I'm talking about a whole desert.
I never get to dig in raw rock. I like raw rock to dig in because no one has ever dug in it before. And sand is like everyone has dug in it.
Fair?
Okay. I'm going to go home. And he goes up the stairs and leaves.
For some reason, I feel the most bad about that interaction. I killed 2 people, and I feel the weirdest about that.
Yeah, Kyla, that guy's going to go to the desert tower, and he's going to start destroying things up there.
Well, he said he was going home, so maybe like no skin off our noses. As I move my air controller nose around.
Right. And it leaves a faint line of the pink light is left.
And also, yeah, if he's technically part of the library staff, maybe someone will come in, I don't know, reprogram him. I'm not 100% how the clockworks work.
Yeah, he's a functioning individual.
Right.
He just likes to dig.
It's good.
He's got those 2 attachments.
Yeah. Well,
All right,
That's
so
also what
he
he was
has. You
doing.
hear him clump, 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 heavy up the stairs, and disappears.
Can I
And
look?
you hear Ruby call down, "Well, thank you for turning off that sound and sending away that huge noise maker."
You're welcome. Just got to do some paperwork down here for the site.
You
no
take
problem.
as long as you need, honey child.
Yeah. Can we look through these twins' pockets and see if
Yeah.
there's any just trying to determine why they wanted into this tunnel/room?
What you see is that they have these 2 blue uniforms. There's Beaconhold maintenance just stenciled on the front of them. They each have studded leather armor. They both have several daggers still remaining on them. They have a clipboard with a very fake-looking work order. Obviously not. Both Ripley and Kyler would recognize that this is not an actual work order by any stretch.
Yeah.
And like the
It
lines
has to have the reflective strip of the Beaconhold Library.
That's right. Plus the inches the lines are obviously only 2 centimeters apart, as was the standard 1.5 centimeters. So
Classic rookie mistake.
so the now in terms of stuff that they have on it, the only thing that's of interest is this rolled up scroll, a little tiny scroll. It probably is the size of it's like 6 by 6.
Ooh. Okay, wait. I've had some bad luck in the past with mysterious rolled up scrolls.
All right.
So let's just proceed with a little bit of caution, lest, we unleash a series of unknown assailants upon us for no. Anyway, just be careful, okay?
Kind of a Pandora's Scroll situation.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Fair enough. Me neither. Listen. Yeah, using my classifier knowledge and arcane knowledge, can I don't know, inspect the scroll for a magic trap?
Sure, you can roll your arcane check to see if you can. You mean without opening it up, without unrolling it?
Yeah, I guess.
Ripley, does it look religious?
Ooh.
Possibly. Let me see if I can do a little bit of hocus pocus myself. And I'm going.
Hocus pocus is good.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a little detecting of magic, as
All right.
it were.
Kyler, what did
And
you
I
get
don't-
as a roll?
I got a 22 in my Arcana.
Oh well, there you
No,
go.
wait.
I'll save the spell slot.
Yeah, that's true. Save the spell slot.
You can tell that the scroll doesn't seem to be magic, although the language, at least on the outside of it, and there's a broken seal. There's a single symbol on the outside of it, which looks like a half circle.
Is it a character of a language that I recognize? I speak Common, Draconic, Halfling, and Infernal.
It's none of those.
Heck, does anybody know what this is? I'll show it to my friends.
Recognize it from anything I've ever read or.
Is it celestial?
It is not celestial,
Is it
but
Sylvan?
that's handy to have celestial language.
Yeah.
Paige, I'll just get you to roll me a perception for me.
Perception?
Perception.
13.
All right.
I don't recognize it.
That's all right. Let me see if I can figure it out. And I'm going to hold the scroll and cast Comprehend Languages.
Ooh, all right.
So I think all it means is I have to be touching it to read it. Let me just confirm that. Yeah, I understand any written language that I can see, but I have to be touching the surface.
Right, so you just have to unroll it to see the language.
I do that.
All right. So I will get you to roll me a 20-sider.
Oh no. What do I add or minus or
Just roll me a 20. It's good.
oh,
What happened?
it's a natural one.
All right. Luckily, there was
Nope, wrong one.
no.
Whoa.
No, there was nothing wrong. I was just screwing with you.
Oh, I'm fine to have my one on a joke roll.
Yeah. So the what it says is Therak and Carney. We need this room opened. And it has a map, a very detailed map, leading into the side of the mountain underneath the tower. And it shows on the map a large rectangular room. So it basically what it's done is it's shown you that at the end of this tunnel, there's a large rectangular room.
Yeah. Who is it? Is it signed by anybody?
No, it's written in Goliath.
Goliath. So, the giant language?
The giant language.
Okay.
Strange. You said there was a hole in the wall starting and a bit of a glow. Is that true?
Yes, so there's what you see when you look in the tunnel that the big guy was building or digging out. It's this like 5-foot tunnel, 5 foot in diameter tunnel that goes down, arches to the right, sort of following the shape of the map. And at the very end of the tunnel, from around the corner, you see a light blue, faint blue glow.
Let's go find out.
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay. Ripley, you're right.
Yeah, no, just a little bit spooked. This is all a little scary, but
Yeah, I mean, your
let's
arm
keep
is a
going.
stick now, which is weird. I'm not gonna lie.
I've kind of gotten used to that part. Yeah, it's mostly the two deaths that I watched with my own two eyes.
Yeah, it is too bad that I learned these two men's names. I wish I didn't. But that'll weigh on my psyche for a while, for sure.
Oh yeah, the note side from
No. I don't read that. I don't read that other side. No, I don't read the other side.
These
No,
two
okay,
guys,
it's fine. It's
the
fine.
twins, do they look natural? Like, I've never seen identical twins so similar in my life. Is that normal, or is there something constructed about them or magical?
There doesn't seem to be anything magical. One of them has this unique hole in him.
I poke around the hole that Kyla made with magic, and it's bleeding normally.
No.
Yeah, it seems to be bleeding normally. It's still got a little bit of the acidic stuff on it, so it burns your finger a little bit.
Ah, Kyla, ouch.
Well, wash your hands. Why'd you put your hand in there?
Sorry, I lick it off.
No!
Oh, now you have a fuzzy tongue again. It's numb all in that front area.
Don't poke around in the acid hole.
Sorry, it's really weird.
It's basic wizardry safety skills. It's right in
All
the
right.
manual.
Let's go ahead. I don't know. This is all so strange. So they were just widening this tunnel. They weren't trying to punch through the rock.
It looked like they had already punched through the walk, and now they were just basically opening it up fully. Yes.
Ah, so we got here. It sounds like we got here like just in the nick of time.
Perfect.
All right, off we go. Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
What?
What are your reservations?
Well, I don't know. They're widening a tunnel. We found a note from giants, possibly, or written by giants.
Yeah.
Why would you widen a tunnel, if not to possibly let something large through?
Right.
Maybe giants is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Maybe it's let a giant in or out.
I definitely
Sure.
go ahead.
So, okay. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I've never seen a giant before. They might be great. Let's go see them.
Tyler's already doing the thing to boost Ripley into the hole.
All right. So you head down the hole. Just tell me the order you guys are going down the tunnel.
One.
I'll go
Okay.
last so I can light it up
y'all
with my
go-
nose.
I'll go second.
And I've forgotten to go stealthy. I got excited about maybe seeing a giant.
Right. And Your pass without trace is faded now.
Has it? Okay.
Yeah. And behind you see a 30-foot cone of pink nose light.
Yeah. Behind you is a pink light, and there's a blue light ahead of you. All right.
I'm just gonna whisper to Ripley as we're crawling through and go, yeah, so Theric and Carney, those are kind of crazy names, right? We can probably forget those.
Yeah, it's strange that you still remember them. I've already forgotten them, but yeah.
I don't think it'll ever. Yeah, it's kind of burned into my brain.
Right, it's right. It's your first 2 murders of your D&D career.
I'm not going to tell my mom about this.
Don't tell your mom. She'll be so mad at you.
My mom's going to be pissed, and so is my other mom.
All right, as you round the corner, the hacked-out natural walls of the passageway abruptly transition into well-crafted stonework. There's a bunch of rock lying scattered on the floor just inside the room, and there is a soft blue glow emanating from this room, but the room itself is filled with shelves. So a bunch of old, ancient bookshelves, some of them tipped over, some of them with broken shelves. The place looks like it stretches about 30 or 40 feet off into the darkness. The blue glow seems to be coming off to your right, so into the room quite a ways. And that's all you can see from the doorway, or from the archway of the tunnel.
Guys, I wait for them to catch up. It's a whole other library.
This is gonna be huge.
Oh my god, can you imagine what the acquisitions department is going to say?
They're gonna freak out, and Darren is gonna be so jealous of what I bring to the acquisitions department.
And this is job security for you, Ripley. Like, look at all this dust and stuff down here for you to clean. Look?
Absolutely. I'm so excited to be cleaning all of this dust.
Yeah.
Are we still in Beaconhold?
You guys can estimate that you're about 20 or 30 feet under the main reception area of Beaconhold.
Huh.
All right.
Interesting.
So should we get?
I go ahead. I go ahead and I start looking at books. I go in.
All right. So there's lots of books. There are. It looks like as you sort of move into the room, you can see in the center of the room there's a big sort of like 8-foot pile of moldering, beat up books. There's a few scattered books on bookshelves and things, but it seems like someone has taken the trouble to sort of pile these things up just in a haphazard pile. And these books are ancient. You can tell that they're ancient. Now, as you move into the room, you realize that there are 2 glows. Or sorry, the glow is from the right hand in the center, right in the center of the room.
I want to go and pick up a book from the pile.
Okay, so you pick up a book, and it's written in a strange language. And as you pick it up, the back cover of it falls off. So it's ancient.
What language is it?
Those probably priceless.
Yeah. The language you do not recognize. It's ancient and faded. And it actually is literally a little bit moldy where the leather binding is.
So comprehend languages lasts for an hour. Can I go over and help Paige and see if we can't discern what language it is?
Sure. So as you look at the book, it says, concise studies around the jungles of Corvair.
Wow.
Well, this place used to be Corvair.
It technically is still Corvair.
Right.
Corvair is the name of the continent that Zelargo, the country you're in, is situated in.
Can I just... I'm gonna break my concentration on comprehend languages and cast detect magic.
Okay, yep.
how it works is within 30 feet of me, there's like an aura around things that are magical.
All right, so off to your right, where the blue glow is
Jumping
coming
in
from.
Kyler's vision so that he sees that I'm kind of magic.
Yeah, I understand. You were a bear a second ago. I know, Paige.
You were the book of a bear, drawing of a bear.
That's right.
The
I just take a quick look at Ripley's arm.
You see this a circle of glowing runes surrounding an ancient antique desk. Now, behind the desk is a wooden table covered with all sorts of alchemical equipment.
So it's just
Oh,
the
you will
runes.
also know, although you can't see it, there's another much more powerful magic emanating from what would be straight ahead of you. So if we've sort of wrapped around, let's say that this is off to the south, so straight ahead of you is east. Yeah.
So I see the way it works is I kind of see an aura around the object. Can I see an outline of what that great magic is that we can't see?
No, you just see the glow coming from behind other bookshelves.
Oh, I see. Okay. And sorry, the only thing that emanates the actual magic aura is the runes itself, not the desk or the alchemical equipment.
Right.
Right, you guys, there's something serious about these runes right here. Something's going on with this desk.
Does it feel like a temple? Ripley, is this what Ilmater makes you do?
Yeah, let me see if I can recall anything. I just perfect. I believe I rolled a 5 on my religion check.
You remember that your god is called Ilmater.
That's really good.
Ilmater, that sounds familiar.
Oh no.
Cheers.
All right. Come. All right, Ripley. You're doing good.
Thank you.
Paige, do you want to look like in the desk?
Yeah, for sure. I go to the desk, I open the drawer.
All right. Just get you to roll me a saving throw, please.
Oh no.
Constitutional saving throw.
Oh no.
I like that you said constitutional.
You need a for that walk. You need a constitutional.
Yeah, this is one of two things that she just rolled.
It's a 1.
No!
Okay. All right. So you take 6 points of damage.
Oh,
What happened?
Kevin, we lost your mic.
It's all right. So you take 6 points of damage, and you are stunned. And as you step over this runic circle, there is a thrum that fills the place as it sort of this subsonic sound comes up and just like jolts you, and you get this shock.
I didn't even get to the desk. It was crossing the runes.
It was crossing the runes.
Oh, sorry, Paige. It's my bad.
I'm stunned.
I'm stunned, she says, if she could, which she can't. So she just stands there. You see her sort of stagger a bit, and she leans against the desk and is silent for a minute.
Can I cast a mage hand just over the runes to see if it activates again?
Sure.
So yeah, so I'll and out of the inhaler smoke comes like an inhaler smoky hand.
So it's more of a vape then, is that what you're saying? It's really more of a vape.
There's a slight vapor when you do an inhaler. It's not thick, but it's there.
Yeah, because those are bad for you.
My inhaler is just a jewel.
Yeah.
That's the opposite of an inhaler.
That's right, it's like the anti-haler.
It's
what
so
the
bad for your
anti-Kyler
lungs.
Uses.
Yeah. It's when I'm feeling my
when
bad
you meet
boy
your
face.
evil twin. I'm going to write that down.
No. Oh no.
All right. The hand
Liker
goes...
Kibtib.
The Eberron Queller uses...
Oh no. This is lore in the making, people. Read it and weep.
This is canon. Nothing happens when you cast your mage hand and goes over top of the
Okay, I'm gonna try and run across and help Paige in some way.
So you're going to go step over top of the ruins as well?
Yeah.
May as well. Roll me Constitution.
Okay, so Kyler has a divining vision of him stepping over the runes and shaking off whatever effect. And as my divination wizard's second portent roll, I'm gonna have my 15 as my portent roll for my Constitution save. However, I am at a -1, so that'll be 14.
Right. Okay, so you take 3, so you take 1 point of damage.
All right. just a quick cough from the jewel.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you are not stunned.
All right. Can I help? Can I see how if I can help Paige anyway from helping her not be stunned?
Yeah, she's just kind of as you sort of look at her and try to comfort her, she slowly comes back to, after about a minute, she's back to being herself. She puts her tongue back in her mouth, and she's it's a terrible.
It's fine. It's not furry this time, which is great.
That's true. It's not furry. It's just that you were like, yeah, cross eyes, the whole like cartoon stunned look. It's like little birdies flying around that all slowly
get out of
disappear.
here.
There's
I'm
drool
shooing them
dripping
away.
down out the side of my mouth. For
Yeah.
sure. Is Ripley
Hey.
still on the other side of the runes?
Ripley is still on the other side,
boy,
yeah.
oh boy, yeah, you guys are doing great. Did you want me to come up there with you guys?
No, don't
It
do
feels
it.
like bad. Feels bad.
Yeah, I think I'm okay down here.
But I also don't like that we're not in the same place.
I agree.
Okay.
What does the circle look like from behind?
Well, so this desk is sort of sitting in the middle of, not the middle, but it's
Oh.
there's an alchemical lab behind you. There's sort of a clearing where they pushed books, piled books up in front of you, and like a.
Oh, we lost you, Kevin.
Sorry. So right now you're standing in the middle of this circle. Ripley is standing there by the piles of books. There's a bunch of old bookshelves. Kyler knows that off in that corner there is another magical area, and that's all you know right at this minute. There's, like I said, the alchemical lab is behind you.
Can Ripley go around the circle to get to the alchemical lab?
No, it's a circle, so you'd still have to step over it.
It's blocking the way.
I see. So the desk and the lab are within the circle.
No, just the desk.
I'm gonna go and see the alchemical lab and go over the circle again.
Good for you. Just step over that rune. See
And
what happens
everything's
when you
fine?
make me a roll against
Oh.
their constitution.
Oh. Well, it was gonna happen. We had to get out of there one way or the other.
Maybe I'll just stay here forever.
An 18 this time.
Oh, that's good. So you shrug off the effects, and you also take a point of damage.
It's not that bad going out. It's really not.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, I'm in the lab now.
Yes. So you see this table with all this, tubing and this circular sort of glass. There's test tubes. There's flasks. There's all covered with the thick dust. Some of the flasks and test tubes have liquid or dried liquid in them. You see what looks like it would be a stand for a bunch of different types of things. There's a glass case that sits empty. It looks like a long disused alchemical laboratory.
Does the glass case have a plaque?
A plaque? No, it
Yeah.
does not.
I love a plaque. Does it look like anything I've ever seen set up in Beaconhold?
You
Like in the research department?
Yeah, I would say yes. You would have seen this kind of setup before, for sure. Because you would have seen them making potions or doing, putting together different chemicals, trying different things. There's a whole college about alchemical studies. So yes, you would definitely have seen this kind of thing before.
I take some of the beakers and things that have a bit of remaining liquid in them and give them a smell. Does it smell like things I've smelled before? I pour some in my hand.
Oh no.
Right. Do you want to lick it or?
Oh no, I've learned my lesson.
Don't put your hand in the acid hole, I said.
I smell it first. If it doesn't smell bad, then I pour some in my hand, and then I put it in my hair.
All right. So the first, just roll me a 10-sider.
A 10?
Yep.
Those are the ones I have tucked the farthest away. There we are. 4.
Okay, so the first potion smells like cinnamon.
Oh, this one smells good.
Yep. Roll me a 10-sider again.
Put it away, Kevin.
Oh,
1.
just make up a number then. This one has a very weird licoricey kind of earthy smell to it.
That one smells good too.
And there's one more thing that you can check on. You can smell.
I sniff it. 10.
10. This one doesn't smell good. This one smells like an outhouse.
Oh. Oof. We don't need to know what that one is.
Okay.
Ugh. Ugh. I take the 2.
Okay.
And I say, okay, Ripley, I'm coming in, and I run across both rune lines.
There's a way for you. You can go around. You don't have to go through the desk area. You can walk around if you want.
I don't.
Okay. All right.
Well, I'm gonna try and cast a mage hand as like a stop hand.
All right. So let's just do a simple initiative. If you can stop her before she runs through.
Well, mage hand can technically only lift 10 pounds. I don't think I can stop Paige. I just meant as like a
You
symbol.
can't stop a determined page from going through.
Yeah, you can't stop Paige.
All right, Paige, just give me two more Constitution checks.
Can I cast some guidance on one of these rolls?
Sure. How does guidance work again?
Yeah.
Gives you a bonus?
It's a extra D4 to your ability check.
All right. I've got a 3, and I've got oh, it's a Constitution, right? So that makes it a 6, and
Okay.
I've got a 19.
All right. So for the
so
first
take the
one,
4 for the 6.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
So a 10. There you go.
All right. So the the first one, as you go running through, it gives you a jolt, and you take 2 points of damage. The second one, you succeed, you take 1 point of damage. So basically, as you go running across the...
Oh, Kevin, we lost your audio again, and you're doing great.
As you run through, you get jolted, and you tip forward, and you slide unconscious through the second one, and you land sort of stunned at Ripley's feet, having taken 3 points of damage.
And I'm stunned again.
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Could I? How are the potions?
The potions seem to be fine. They
Okay.
were... Oh, she was holding them in her hands. Let's try... Let's see. Stunned.
Can I see if I could have caught them with the mage hand?
All right. So I'll get you to roll 2 dexterity checks to see if you hang on to the potions. So just roll your dex... Yep.
I've got a 19.
All right. So you clasp that cinnamon tight to your chest.
Perfect. I like that one best. And a 5.
And you drop the other one. So, Kyler, you're going to try and catch that. So you're going to roll to hit.
Roll to hit with my spell attack bonus.
With your spell attack bonus is fine. Yep, that's fine. So you have to hit an armor class 15 to have grabbed that thing as it falls.
Okay. I do not. I only got a 13.
Oh, so it splashes on the ground.
It's just weak inhaler smoke.
And it
drops right through.
But now, as you notice, as it hits the ground, it starts to bubble and starts to eat into the rock.
Oh, so okay.
Oh, good.
Yeah, fortuitous.
Right.
So you slowly come to. You've still got this cinnamon potion in front of you, and you realize that it's quite a kick. Kyler, what are you doing?
I would like to bring back my smoky mage hand, even though it didn't do great with potions. I'm going to use it to start pulling some desk drawers.
There's not really desk drawers. What are you trying to do?
I'm just trying to search the desk for anything.
Oh, the desk drawers. Oh, yeah, sure. So the drawers themselves, actually, you know what? They would all open, no problem. It's pretty empty. You do find one old, ancient journal that's been water damaged. As you sort of look through it, there's a couple of pages. What they talk about are different lands. You hear about a dark sun, and you hear about jamming.
I would like to attempt to fix it with a mending spell.
All right.
So it repairs a single break or tear in an object you touch. So I can, so I'm going to try and it's a cantrip, so I can cast it as many times as I want. So I'm just going to try and keep blowing some inhaler smoke on it and see if I can't get more of the language and the tears and the water damage repaired.
The only thing that you're able to puzzle out from sort of reforming the ink, making a guess at where the actual ink would be, and that kind of stuff, is you hear about the 8 crystal pools.
8 crystal pools, jamming, and what was the third point?
You read of a dark sun.
Dark sun.
I turn to Ripley as we're watching Kyler do this, because he's been casting mending for like a long time.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
Just
so
silently.
bored of books. So bored of writing.
Like, I don't know why wizardry's so cool. It's pretty boring sometimes.
I'm getting lightheaded, you guys.
Yeah, you're hyperventilating.
Oh my god.
Look, Ripley, Kyler is super fragile. I don't know if he can take a hit jumping out of that rune circle. Do you know any way to help him?
Yeah.
I don't.
Guys, I can cast less. I can call down Ilmater on him and see if he can help out.
That might help. I can trap him in vines.
That's probably not going to help.
I can throw painful things at him, but I don't think any of that's going to help.
It couldn't hurt. You could give it a try.
No, it could hurt. She said painful, so that could probably hurt.
Oh, yes, you're right. Right. Okay.
Kyler, have you got everything out of the desk?
Yeah, I found this book. It's talking about pools and suns and crystals.
Is there anything else?
I don't think so. I'm getting lightheaded, so I might fall soon.
Okay, well, if you try and fall on this side of the rune circle, then we can all work together again.
So Kyler's slowly teetering and is gonna fall onto the rune line.
Okay, this time your Constitution check will be at disadvantage because you're already lightheaded from overexerting yourself by hyperventilating.
I fixed the book real good.
Not to mend too many things at once.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna cast Bless on him. So.
Ooh.
Okay.
And that's a D4 that I get to add, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it against saving throws?
It's against saving throws.
Okay, so just roll your Constitution at disadvantage with a D4 plus.
So with at disadvantage, I got a 14.
A 14 is enough to not be stunned. But you do take 3 points of damage.
So I imagine, Kyler falls on the rune line, and then you just see his torso go boom as he gets hit by the runes.
Yeah.
And then I kind of army crawl off the runes.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. Reading is dangerous.
My freaking gut.
Worst day of my life. What do you think?
Yeah, so I found this book that mentions like dark sun and jamming and crystal pools. I don't know.
All right. As you guys are standing there in the room, Paige, you feel this weird surge of energy happening through you. So what does that feel like?
Oh, I imagine Paige's magic is connected directly to Beaconhold. So it's like there's a sound of fluttering book pages that sort of she hears in her mind. And then her skin sort of starts to tingle. And all of her little freckles all over her body, they flare and connect like a constellation all of a sudden. And it's weird. It's like a little, like a map or like a star chart or something.
So there's all this light sort of emanating from you in all different directions.
Yeah, like little pinpoints of light and traces along my skin.
Well, as you look, so the two of you are talking and you see all this pinpoints of light happening from all around Paige. And from that corner where you see the magic, you see the same sort of constellation pattern start to appear on the wall in the corner.
So is this part of the blessing, or?
I've never seen this on any blessings I've done.
Yeah, I've never done this before. Do you think it was the runes?
It could be, yeah, the runes, the potions. You exposed yourself to so many dangerous things there, so
Yep.
it could be a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were stabbed earlier.
You guys can see this too, right? Like I'm not.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Yes. Is it?
Yeah, behind the shelves on the far corner of the room, there is definitely light emanating in the same pattern as Paige's.
This
That's
seems.
weird.
Yeah, but as maybe let me just toss this out as a hypothesis. We should probably get you closer to your matching pattern over there.
I mean, it can't get any weirder than this, so sure.
We'll see. This room's nuts, so yeah,
Hear
we'll find
anything from
out.
over there? Is it just like there's nobody else in here, right?
There doesn't seem to be anyone else in here, no?
Okay.
As far as you can
I
tell.
walk like this towards the light.
Nice. This house is clean. You hear Ruby say from way up at the bottom. No, never mind. Let's go. Keep going.
She's the mastermind behind all of this.
Yeah. Go into the light, Paige. As you get closer to this corner, you see concentric rings appear on the ground, and a couple of the rings are probably about 6 feet in diameter, and they get smaller. There's a chair sitting on top of it that sort of blocks it a little bit. It looks like there's a part of a bookshelf on top of these rings, but basically you see a bright white ring, and Paige, as you step closer, an inner ring of red lights up, and as you step closer, an inner ring of blue lights up, and then as you get right sort of to the edge of it, there's a bright yellow beam. Altogether, there are 7 rings that end in a bright yellow beam.
Hey guys.
And it's that yellow beam that's broadcasting the constellations.
Huh.
Ripley, you should try and dry heave right now. We could all be the same. I got my nose going, so I don't know. I was just suggesting it.
Yeah.
Are you guys, where are you two?
We would have followed Paige.
All right, so as you guys get closer, your things also get triggered.
Oh no! Yeah, he does.
So you start to light up from inside like an ET there, Kyler. Ripley, you start to belch out bright colors of light. And Paige is glowing with different sparkles of light. So altogether, you are one rockin' light show.
It does look really cool.
We're gonna start doing small circles on Ripley's back.
I really worry about you, Ripley. This seems so traumatic for you.
Is this gonna happen every time?
It's fine. I'll get over it.
Yeah. And actually, what pops out of Ripley's mouth is a little butterfly made of light that flutters around and disappears. Different colors.
Can I
As
get?
he exhales butterfly magic.
Is this?
Oh my
like-
god, that's genius. I'm writing that one down too.
Can I do an Arcana check?
Yes,
I mean,
you may.
I'm not good at this, but I want to know if I've ever seen anything like this before. You know?
All right.
It's only a 7.
You have never seen anything like this before.
Can Kyler give her the help action on that and mutter to himself if he's seen anything like this before?
Kyler has never seen anything like this before.
Wow.
And the stars, that constellations, they look like the stars. I mean, I don't go outside very much, but the stars that I would have seen.
Yeah, you've seen them from inside. They're not necessarily exact constellations that match with the sky. They're more just light patterns.
So let me just toss this out here, you two. There's kind of two things we can do with this. We can either help with the work and extend the path and, bring people in here, or we can not tell anybody this is here. And I don't know what to do about it, because it's obvious that somebody from this note does know that it's here, or that something's here.
And that they needed to get in here for some reason.
Yeah.
But it's responding to us, or making something weird happen to us anyway.
You start to feel a thrum coming from that central yellow light, just like a wave of energy sort of rushing past you. And it feels like a first one is very warm, and then cool, and then warm, and then cool.
I'm gonna reach down and I'm gonna see if I can grab Paige's hand.
I'm sure you can, if she's okay with that.
Oh, sure, go for it.
And I'm gonna put out my hand to grab Ripley's hand. I'm gonna grab his shillelagh.
Yeah, grab his nobly shillelagh. You're gonna grab his shillelagh. Yep.
And I'm just gonna take a step towards the yellow beam.
Whoa.
All right. So you put your foot over top of these concentric rings, and the three of you step through, and you have this weird sort of rushing sensation that seems to take forever, but an instant. And you feel your bodies sort of shifting down through miles of rock, and it feels like it takes forever. And as you step forward now, you are in a huge rocky cavern chamber. You're standing in the middle of a glowing bright circle that's now about 10 feet in diameter. There's stairs down. There's lanterns filling this place with light. They all seem to be floating in midair. There's a huge wooden staircase extending down. You guys have had this sort of weird kind of jolt, transportation, weird feeling. There is, standing at the bottom of the stairs, this gigantic man with a lion body. He's got a man's chest. He's big, huge head of hair, huge beard, and he's standing with these huge lion paws and a lion body and a lion tail.
So it's fairly centaur looking, but instead of a horse, it's a lion. Is that what I'm getting?
Yes, it's like a sphinx. If you would have studied a sphinx, you know what a sphinx looks like.
All right.
But this is a huge golden sphinx, and he's got his arms crossed, and he goes, "So, you are finally here. I am Ptolemy."
Oh no, wait, Kevin, your mic just cut out. Oh,
We are stopping right there.
Oh my god.
Good timing for your mic to cut out.
No
Oh man,
kidding.
this mic is so
This is-
crazy.
We gotta get you a different one.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
a great
boy.
to have that has to move
Well.
around. So yes, the final scene is this huge cavern with this sphinx that turned to you. He announced his
Ptolemy.
name was Ptolemy, and we are stopped.
Wonderful. Well, thanks everybody for watching. That is the end of our first chapter on Beaconhold and our Pages and Mages storyline. Big thanks to Sound Maestro Emma, running double duty, playing a character while running sound.
Yay for Emma!
And thanks to our DM Kevin Cork. And thanks to all of our players.
Yeah.
Come on, more.
Thanks to all of our players, Griffin Cork as Kyler, Calvin De Silva as Ripley, and Emma Brager as Paige. And of course, thanks to all of you for tuning in and watching. We will be back. We will return in a few weeks for episode 2 on Monday, September 7th, where we'll be in a new location and encounter an all-new set of characters as we delve into the mysteries of Candlekeep. Remember to follow us on the socials. Find the D20 Initiative on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at D20 Initiative, and use the hashtags D20 Initiative or Pages and Mages. My name is Alan. Thanks again. May all of your rolls be natural 20s.
Yay!
Yay.
Nice.
Thanks,
Started
Alan.
Thank you,
off
everybody.
so good.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.